In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace a starter on a Jeep 2.4 liter located on the driver's side underneath. 13mm or 1/2" wrench or socket, and we're going to take that negative battery cable off. You're going to go clockwise to loosen it up, pull that up, and make sure it's tucked aside and it won't hit that terminal. We have two mounting bolts. Both of them are located in the bell housing, one here and one there. 15mm socket, and we're going to loosen those right up. Let's get the top one. Now with them loose, I can use an air tool. Let's get the bottom one out. Take the bolt and bracket, set it aside. And now we can get to the top one. Make sure you hold the starter from falling down. Now you have two wires on that solenoid. They're easier to get when the starter is hanging down a little bit. There we go. So you have one that has a flat spade on it. Take that off. And then the actual positive cable, which is going to be a 13mm wrench or socket. Make sure you get the washer and the nut. And remove the cable. So before installing the starter, I like to take the terminal, the cable end, and clean it up from any rust. And stick some sandpaper or emery cloth and get both sides. You can also use a wire brush. Before I get up too high, I'm going to take the top starter bolt and just start it by hand. Just enough so that it doesn't fall. There we go. Now we can put that positive cable back on. I'm just going to put it on the stud, then put the washer and nut on. And then I'm going to take that top bolt back out so I can really see it and tighten it. This is a good way to do it when it's hard to hold everything at once. You can only really get one hand up there, so. There we go. Now I can take that back bolt back out. turn it, you can see what I'm doing. Now with a 13mm socket, we can actually see what we're doing here. We're going to just snug it up. And before I put it back all the way up, I'm going to take that solenoid wire and attach it. Take the top starter bolt and start it by hand. Now I'm going to take the lower bolt with that bracket and start that one by hand. It actually holds the slave cylinder hydraulic hose and the vent hose. Just going to line those up. Now I'm going to take my extension with my swivel 15mm socket. I'm going to snug them up before I torque them to factory spec. There's one. Hold the bracket in place right where you want it to sit. All right. Now we get our torque wrench. 15mm socket, and the torque specs for both starter bolts is 35 foot-pounds. You might need a swivel to get to that top one. Double check. So now we will attach the negative cable. Make sure it is all the way down on that terminal end. And you're going to have a 1/2 inch or 13mm wrench or socket and snug this up. You want to make sure it does not move. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.